powering the
powerful pens. Get this everywhere. Oh no! There's no nib in the pen! I didn't kill it. You gave me a dead pen.
to you.
I don't know about that.
All right, find another pen. Oh, well. Hey, everybody. Let's go ahead and hey, hi, folks.
Nibless marker. All my dreams are crushed.
Okay, give me that so I can throw it out.
Yeah, take your dead marker. I have a pen.
Okay. Hey, folks. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you are going to enjoy yourself. We're going to go ahead and say hi to everybody out there and hi to everybody that's going to be joining us during the live stream and in the future when the live stream is posted on the channel. We got a lot of stuff to catch you up with. My little post-it note was upside down.
It doesn't help when the notes are upside down.
Well, you murdered a marker, so I was...
Hey, don't put that on me.
I was a little disturbed. Here, there's a marker there. Just don't kill that one.
I can't use a dry erase marker on paper. That's a crime.
All right, so hi, folks. We're here to talk about LARP, as we do a bunch of other different things. We have a bunch of topics that we're going to cover over with you. We got some stuff about Drakenfest to talk about. We got a whole bunch of Alliance news to tell you about. We're going to update you on some things about the channel and all of those other cool things. We're also going to be open to a few discussions about LARP, including a uptick in the mortality rate of players in the Alliance.
Yeah. Foreboding music.
Now, this is a opinion piece, I will say. We do not have access to any more than our own numbers within the Alliance and the games that we have physically seen with our eyes.
Yes.
And heard with our ears.
You know, our memories are always not great at keeping track of numbers either. So, you know, take everything with a grain of salt. Subtract or add one or two.
And since most of our game is yelling numbers at each other. Anyway, before we get into the whimsical joy that is us talking about LARP, we just wanted to, say, sorry we took some time off. Not only have I been sick a couple of times, we've had the world doing some stuff to us. So we had a couple discussions about this, myself, India, and the rest of the representatives of Crossroads, and we've made the decision that although our lives are being negatively affected by things that are out there that are not LARP related, we're going to try to keep all of our conversations on this channel positive and LARP related, because everything else out there is getting yeah, it's getting a lot, and we could certainly use the escapism that LARP provides us for a weekend of getting away from all of that, because all of that is a lot. So I welcome you folks here and in the channel and at our games to come here, have a good time, talk about some game theory and about some goings-on in the LARP. And we know we have to go back to that, but let's enjoy the time that we have together when we have it. I'll tell you, I've been to a couple games so far this year, India. I've been to Atlanta. I've been to a Apotheosis game, Legends Apotheosis. I had a great time at both, and it was really cool getting back with that community. This was a really long off season for a lot of obvious reasons. Yeah. And to get our own chapter started, again, having our opening event, getting that under our belts with a brand new plot team that did amazing. I was very, very happy with how our plot team did. Hey, Steve. So our plot team had like half and half returns and rookies, and it was really, really cool to see people stepping up from rookie status last year and coming into their own. And I remember distinctly being marshaling one of the fights and just like kind of tapping Lawrence and being like, they're being a BBG right now, which is big bad guy in LARP speak, for those of you who don't know. Big bad, evil bad guy. Yeah, and it was just, one of our LARP members that was a little on the more timid side. Dogs are causing a ruckus out there. I apologize, folks. So, yeah, it was a really positive opening event. I had a great time at Atlanta, NPCing and helping out. Jeannie is joining the show as she wants to show off her favorite bone.
She's made her superstar appearance.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jane.
It was super cool coming out to the Legends of Apotheosis game. I'm going to try my first transition here. It's
been a while. Careful.
Yeah, a little rusty. All right. So these are some stills that I took. I'm doing a new trick these days, guys. So when I'm visiting chapters now for the channel visits, I'm bringing a lighting rig with me. And we have a pretty well-developed external rechargeable lighting rig that has right now 18 instruments. That's what you call lighting implements in like professional lighting instruments.
Everybody be impressed.
I went to theater school.
Text me.
It's totally worth it. I also know what this is. Wait. Let me find it. Let me find it. Oh, this is. All right. You guys know what this is? I'll hold it up to the camera. Wait, does it say it? No, damn it. All right. See that?
Is it a laser pointer? It looks like a laser pointer.
Nope.
It's a big laser pointer.
This is a DMX Terminator.
Wow.
So without this, in the end of all your daisy-chained, hooked-together DMX lighting implements, without this little doodad in the end of it, nothing will work at all. Without this, look, and this just so happens to be the smallest piece.
Did you lose one? Is that why it's in the package?
Yeah, I bought a couple now. This is my backup to the backup to the backup. Anyway, this is one of the external shots of the Legends of Apotheosis game. They are a post-apocalyptic, steampunky style boffer LARP. We've spoken about them before. I had a great time there. I did not shoot an episode this time. I wanted to actually play their game and get a feel for it, and to test out the lighting rig. So this was the first time that we were testing out lighting a whole field battle at night, and these are the test shots that I did with the old camera poo to just see if it was a viable thing and if they worked. And I think it came out pretty well. This is a pretty large area, like you can see. That is the entire player base right there, and that's a good chunk of people. Apotheosis is in Georgia.
Atlanta area?
Yeah, the Atlanta area. They're actually using the same site, Indian Springs, as the Atlanta Alliance chapter uses. This coming weekend, there's a game there. I'll be shooting an episode this weekend at their game. And they're a cool bunch of people, just like any of the other LARPers that I've met nationwide. It is a wonderful collection of folks that just want to get together and play, make, pretend, while hitting each other at different levels of intensity.
Yeah, with different rules. But I mean, with everything going on everywhere right now, life just lifing, it always is good to add more LARP.
Very true, very true. And I'll tell you, the biggest difference between Apotheosis, the Legends game Apotheosis, and Alliance is their damage calls. So in Apotheosis, for those of you who don't know, in Alliance, it is, say if this is my sword and I'm fighting you, I have to say 5 normal every time I swing my sword to tell you, hey, that guy swings for 5 points of normal damage. 5 normal, 5 normal, 5 normal. And then when I want to do a skill, I have to say weapon weakness, or weapon strike weakness, something like that. In Apotheosis, the base damage is silent. So instead of saying the 5 normal, all single strikes are silent, right? And, hi Sky, they're silent and they are 1 point. So it's just the skills that they verbalize. So instead of 5 normal, weapon strike weakness, it would be bat, 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 weapon strike weakness. And I'll tell you, I like swinging my big numbers in the Alliance.
Oh, but yeah.
In this, no, that way. It's over India's head. In this type of battle environment, at night, with a big group of people, that wave battle was so safe, so easy to understand, and look like so much more fun than the Alliance Wave battles at night, because we're not yelling that base damage at each other. Oh, they were not yelling that base damage at each other. It was a little click in my head that when I saw it work like that. So in modules and everything, it's not that big of a difference. But when you get that many people, those skills matter more, because those are the things that you're hearing. So it's not that 20 normal, 20 normal. What was that? What was that spell that you said behind him?
I was going to say, I bet spellcasters aren't ignored as much.
Exactly. And there's also, Legends has some more roleplay skills. So essentially. Like
vampire?
Not really. It's more like taunts. So like aggro pulling. So like they have them I believe it's a packet attack mechanic. Where they hit you with it, and you are compelled to follow them, right? Yeah. So they have their whole range of, like, they can stun your arms and things like that. It's a pretty cool rule system. So the things that really stood out to me about their game is the world building is super cool. I always love to see other LARPs doing their thing in that realm. The lack of those verbal calls makes combat real easy. Oh, we're getting to you,
hold on, Drakenfest. We'll get there.
But yeah, so I don't really know how. Well, see, here's the thing about a Legends. They have Nerf guns, right? So I don't think they have. I don't know how they represent archery, or even if they do.
They just have Nerf guns.
I think they just have the Nerf guns, and they have different types of Nerf guns. And there's skills that you can put into them, and also you can deliver those different skills with your Nerf guns. And I think that the Nerf gun damage is base 5. Now, I could be wrong, but I think it does more base damage.
Because you're limited on actual ammo?
Exactly. And reload speed and all that thing. You can't block with a weapon, with a Nerf gun. So, yeah, it is... Oh, well, nice.
Oh, there are archers. Nice. I didn't see any archers when we were doing the other one.
I think I was
why would you pick a bow when you have a Nerf gun, I guess?
I think they're cooler.
I think they're cooler.
But yes, I had a great time at Apotheosis. I can't wait to go there this weekend and to shoot their game. I got a whole new set of cameras and lights, and we're going there this weekend. I'm bringing my whole kit and caboodle. I'm going to make them another episode. We are a little behind on our production of episodes.
Life stuff, as we said.
Yeah, guys, each episode takes about 40 hours on the back end of editing between the two of us to throw it together, as well as the about 60 hours it takes to do the shoot, getting out there, driving, and doing all of that. So we are falling behind in our production schedule. We are right now looking to recruit some editors. If you want to learn, if you are interested in learning how to edit on Adobe Pro, we are interested in having you. We're loving to find people within the Alliance system, because we can give you the most. We can give you a little Dragon Stamp bonus for each of your contributions, and we're also going to be outsourcing some of our other editing needs, I think, in the near future, because we really want to catch up, because I'm shooting Apotheosis this weekend, and I really want to get you guys produced and live before your game in September. But we have the Nationals thing where we want to make a Nationals promo for the Alliance Nationals, and we're falling behind. We're doing our best, but we would love to have your help, and we're very much looking forward to getting, because we have about 12 episodes in the can.
Yeah, we're not even finished with 2023 yet. We're almost there. We're almost done with 2023.
Yeah,
so close.
We have three episodes left of season 3. We have season 4 in the can, and I have 1 episode of season 5 already shot.
I don't want to hear those numbers.
Season 5, folks. It means we've been doing this for half a decade.
Wow.
Yeah, right. It's been a heck of a run.
It doesn't feel like that, but also feels longer at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing
It's
how
one of
that
those
happens.
one of those things.
So we got that done. I wanted to throw out real quick to the Alliance that they have their town hall next week, Wednesday, on Discord. If you want to jump on there, I always miss it these days because that's
Same.
exactly when my plot meeting is.
Yeah.
Plot meeting that I'm actually missing right now. So Lawrence, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Lauren.
So yeah, check them out. That's the best place to get the most. Yeah, very much, Stephen.
One day as well, I will be able to go to Apotheosis because it won't be on a weekend where I have some other obligation.
Yeah.
One day.
Well, finding that time, man, it is a challenge, very much so. Some other cool news out there: the New Hampshire game has found their new site. It is where the old Kinetic game way back in the day used to hold it. It is
Before my time.
Heck, it is one heck of a hill there. It is a beautiful site.
Lawrence is in the chat. Hang on, Lawrence.
Well, plot meeting doesn't start for another 15 minutes, so he's just here to troll. Thanks, Lawrence.
Came just to say that.
So let's get back to the full studio view. So yes, boy oh boy, there's a bunch of stuff. India, you have a bunch of you can lay down all of the upcoming events in the Alliance for us real quick while I collect my thoughts and drink some water.
And I'm going to go over here and look at my screen to do that because we discussed earlier how I have a hard time remembering numbers. So here we are. The first one we have Gettysburg is having their next event May 16th to the 18th up in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And then we have a bunch of date twinsies. So we have Virginia and Chicago, May 23rd to 25th over the Memorial Day weekend. And then our twinsies are New Hampshire and California, Arizona, which is May 30th to June 1st. And that's, of course, Crossroads as well. And there's a bunch of games happening at the end of May. And then June is a fairly busy schedule, too. I didn't write down those dates because I was focusing on May, but I think New York has their next game in June.
Yeah, I'm actually... Whoa. Sorry about that level, guys. I'm actually shooting the next New York game.
Talking about hills.
Yeah. New York, the Alliance has a chapter that is not part of the Fortanis world. Mm-hmm. It's run by one of our longtime players, Lance. Super cool guy. They're actually up in my old neck of the woods in New York, where I originally started Crossroads. I think they're like an hour away from my original site. They actually looked at my original site to potentially rent it, but it is broken now. So, yeah,
That's a good
super
LARP
cool.
site.
Yeah,
Rest in peace.
I'm super excited. I think they are within the train radius of New York City, which is very much what we tried to do back in the day, and it worked for us very, very well.
Yeah.
What does
well, it's not June yet, but it says gay vibes only. Very, we're a little early, but gay vibes only.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to read my shirt, Jason? Just enjoy the vibes.
So yeah, so updates on channel things. We are incorporating some of these lighting. So again, this is the Alliance Crossroads opener.
Yeah.
Some shots
from March.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
It was a great time up in our little slice of paradise in Tennessee. And again, we used the lights to increase not only the ambiance, but also make it a better area to film in. And that is very much my plan and hope, is to at least get one or two actual, not night vision, nighttime shots. Because nighttime is when narrative LARP...
Did we get quieter?
Did we?
Quieter. Yeah.
Is that okay? Are we?
Testing? Hello?
Yes, there we are. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, please let us know if our audio is screwy. We're always trying to
been a
make
while.
things better. Thanks, Dan. So
Came in here to complain too.
Dan.
Dan.
So yeah, so we're bringing all these lights with us when we're shooting these episodes, because it really, I think, brings a, putting a little light into places. Lighting was one of my first jobs in theater that I actually got paid for, and I'll brag on myself a little bit. It was with somebody that almost all of you know, maybe not you guys.
I can't. Is that because I'm not from a place where theater is known, or because I'm too young?
Probably the young.
Oh.
So when you hear Little Mermaid, what do you think about?
The Disney movie.
Like the original?
Like the original animated Disney movie? Yeah.
All right, so you're old enough.
I grew up with that.
So my first employer was Sam White, who was Sebastian the Crab in Little Mermaid, and he was also at the time playing Mufasa on Broadway, and he's since passed. So rest in peace. Brilliant artist, and it was really fun because I got to work with everything he could steal from Broadway that he could bring up from the. So like a lot of things break in Broadway, right? And when you have $1 million production and a device breaks, an instrument breaks or goes screwy on you, and you can't depend on it anymore, get rid of it, get a new one. So he would just dumpster dive in the back of it, and like anytime they'd like give him a side eye, he'd be like, Oscar.
Don't talk to me. I can do what I want.
And if the Oscar didn't work, he'd be like, Tony Award. So all these, like, we always had like all the best like gels and gobos and things from Lion King when he was in it, and it was one of, I really wish that I could have taken better advantage of that opportunity at the time. I was every bit of a 20-year-old at the time. So I was interested in a couple other different things at the time than working in theater. But I did have a great time and learned a whole bunch from it. So that was a cool little anecdote from the past of Tab. So as we move on to the next part of our program, we're going to talk a little bit about Drakenfest, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
There it is. We were mentioning it earlier. Here you go. We got Drakenfest.
Yeah.
You've entered the chat. Now you've entered the stream.
So here we are. I'm going to pull up their page right here. Their tickets are live. They're available right now. A bunch of their vendors are live. You can pre-purchase your coin. You can rent a tent, I believe. You can do
tent rentals, vendors.
And I happen to know that there are some super cool people on the ref team. And the referee team, is currently looking for some other cool people who'd like to join up with the ref team. Lawrence is on the ref team. A whole bunch of other cool people are on the ref team. I'm on the ref team. As long as I can pass all the tests.
It's okay. The rule book is like 10 pages.
Speaking of the rule book, Transitions. Look at this beautiful, beautiful thing right here. This is their rule book. You know how many pages it is, guys?
15.
No. You were under. If it was The Price is Right, you'd be wrong. But this is their rule book, and it is 31 pages long.
And look at those cool graphics in there, too.
You guys, you know what? Like, I don't want to completely nerd out on you.
Yes, you do. Don't lie.
All right, I will. And some of you will know exactly what I'm talking about when I say it. The landscape setup. 3 columns. Oh, so much easier to digest in a, like,
digital format.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so much better. Guys, this is the whole of their rules. And some of these, you know, you don't like if you're not going to be a sneaky person, you kind of,
Ignore it.
you should give it a peruse so you know what might happen to you. But a lot of this stuff you can learn as you go, and it is a yeah. They cut down their rule book a whole bunch. They revised a couple of things. I am in the middle of my uh, onboarding process to become a referee there. It is pretty intensive. There's it's a pretty good format of working of the uh, getting people. Here's how I would describe the process. Right, I knew or know a lot of what is in their training, but I had to learn it the hard way.
Through trial and error and
Yeah, and like I don't have
FAFO.
and they yes, and they it's actually in the but they're also written in a way, and this is the back end training. So if you guys join the team, you'll see it, and there's links to the rule book just as well. They're able to they're able to define things in a much more smarter pants way than I can. When I just kind of like instinctively had to learn things with the School of Hard Knocks and the hard way, and I didn't write anything down. They did.
Writing is for nerds.
So it is very good training. I always like to go through the first tests just to see what my baseline knowledge is, especially when you can do multiple tests on an online format. But it's super approachable. It is not like super high intense. It is thorough, but like I don't feel.
Ooh, Tab's passing tests.
Ooh, I passed! Yay! It's the essay questions were a little. I think I just didn't format them correctly because I always have that problem when I take tests. Like
I panic.
I never answer it in the exact same way that the book says.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a rules defiance thing with me. I'm like, I'm going to write this in my own way. You can't tell me what to do. And then I fail.
But yeah, so Drakenfest is a enormous week-long experience, at least for those of us who are working it. But it starts on Wednesday and ends on the Saturday night, and it is all about the contest of the Dragonlands and all these camps fighting over eggs, and whoever has the most eggs at the end wins. Super simple process, super simple setting, because it's up to the players to do the rest. And just seeing the evolution in this year, right, and the growth, super cool. And I am so excited to become a part of this team and do what I can to make it better. And I will be the head referee of a camp, Green Camp, and Lawrence will be running Blue Camp again. And I'm looking forward to continuing working with Lawrence. I would love to bring more of a cadre up from the south to Drakenfest, because I'm very much looking forward to the melting pot of LARPers that's going to be. I know that I learned a lot last year, but that was from outside looking in, and this year being part of the process already, I'm able to sharpen my tools. And some things that I kind of take for granted now, because I have people in my own organization in areas where I don't have to worry about those things. So it's this really interesting experience that I'm looking forward to talking to you guys about, because now I'm like going from the responsibilities of a permanent site LARP where I'm the dude. Everything goes to me. Anything that happens with the site is my fault. Anything that happens with the game is my fault. And like going from there to just being like, hey, you take care of your camp, take care of your people, do your job. It's a role, and I really like having the less stress, but knowing like these are things that by doing them I will be better at the other job, because of this experience. So it's really cool to like focus down on some of these skill sets that maybe because of the power dynamics within the alliance, I need to work on a little bit. So I'm very much looking forward to the experience. The game itself was a blast. The culture is amazing, and there are some new things coming down, and I'm very much looking forward to visiting them. And now I am so now I know more about the Drakenfest game. I'm looking forward, even though I won't be able to as much this time around, to playing. Now that I know, that's because I was very when you first go to a LARP, at least when I do, I always try to travel lightly. I don't think a lot of people like visiting people who just kick in the door and think they're really big shit.
Yeah, yeah. It's always interesting to go, especially in a completely new game, when you're coming from a very different system or culture or even just coast. I would love to go visit the California Arizona game. That's a whole trip that would make, even though it's an alliance game, I would feel like the new kid on the block again, because we're going so far and it's just a completely different environment.
Yeah.
But it's also something fun about that too, right?
There is, and it's been extremely rewarding for me over these past 5 years of being on the road and hopping around all these LARPs and doing these videos. I find my second visit is always better.
Yeah.
Because there's always I have a lot of anxiety when I'm showing up to a place because I don't want to misrepresent the channel or myself. And I know that particularly when I'm focused on a mission or a goal, such as shooting an episode, that other things can kind of fall away, and sometimes I might not be as sensitive to other folks or as empathetic as I should be. And it also comes into I don't know. I'm thinking of an instance where there was a shoot that I had a couple years ago where somebody else with a camera got hurt. There was a hold call because he got smashed in the ding-ding.
Oof.
And smashed. But I didn't react to it, right? I walked up to him during the hold and I was asking him a game mechanic question because we had the time to talk and I was still in production mode and he was injured. And it's just those types of things when you get tunnel vision. I think we all get that to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second time is always better. And then the third time is normally when they start taking my humble suggestions, and it gets better then. Because there's just some things that you learn by experience, and you just. Anywho, I'm very much looking forward to Drakenfest.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to go at the end of June. There's plenty of times to buy tickets. Again, if you want to go for free, they're looking for referees. They're looking to fill out their ref team. I think there was, I don't quote me, but I know that there was at least 5 important spaces throughout the org sheet that I saw that could really be used, to fill out with people. But I dig they have a really organized system, and they are professionals. They are super cool, and I cannot wait to get out there and have a blast at Drakenfest. We're also going to have a little get together here at the pool the Saturday before, because we're all gathering some of the travelers, and me and Lawrence are going up early before everybody. So we're going to try to get everybody's stuff packed in with us so we can be the Sherpas up to Drakenfest for everybody else that's coming up from the south. Because we do have a couple. We even have our own little Discord.
We do have a Discord.
Do you have the Discord link?
No, because it changes all the time. So it auto-generates and changes. So if you want the Discord, reach out to me on Discord, send an email to our YouTube, send us, I don't know if you can DM on YouTube, I don't know. If you can, do that. Comment comment
I don't think you can.
on the video.
You
I'll
can comment
post
on the
it.
video. Merlin, if you want to throw up the a link to your, well, actually I showed it. Just go to the Dragonfest website and
I'll post that link again.
they have a join the team doohickey there. They will be in contact with you. They also have a little contact thing. Oh, let me go back to this. So down here, so if you went to the website and you look right behind where our faces is, they have a chat bot. So right.
Oh, are we hiding the chat bot?
yeah, we're hiding their chat bot.
Scroll down. Scroll
I?
down so it goes above. Oh,
No,
never mind.
no,
It's pinned to the bottom of the screen. Convenient for the website.
Yeah, so they have a little thing right behind us that says contact us. You click that, you will get a reply. I remember last year when I was trying to coordinate coming up there, I had a couple issues and they squared me away real fast. Like, I think within 2 days we had everything like figured out.
Nice.
So very much great group of people. So I am shooting at Legends of Apotheosis this weekend.
Yep.
Then the next weekend, you are going to be debuting a new performance art.
Yeah, I will be performing at the Newport, Tennessee Renaissance Fair. I have a link for that as well. Hang on. I will be there the whole weekend in character, and then there's a lot of really good performers that have been scheduled. I think they are posting the schedule soon. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be running around. I'll be taunting people. It's going to be a great time. I love an excuse to taunt people in character. It's great. They, I believe, absorbed another Ren Fair, so it has expanded significantly. I think they have like 70-plus vendors, a bunch of performers. It's at a very convenient, easy-to-access location.
Nice.
It is $20 for the weekend. You get a whole weekend pass. Very kid-friendly. Good food. Good vendors. It's a really nice, smaller Ren Fair, so if you want to go to a Ren Fair, you don't want to deal with, the ginormous ones.
Yeah.
Come check out the Newport, Tennessee Ren Fair.
Yeah, there's definitely something special to those large fairs. I've been to a couple that have had a couple thousand people go through in a day, and it's wonderful. That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. Like, I love the Carolina Renaissance Festival up in the Charlotte area. It is busy. It's really hard to experience everything about the fair because of how huge it is. So when you go to a smaller one, you get the same vibes, the same interactions, the same quality of shows. You just don't have to deal with walking 3 miles through a parking lot and then waiting in line for everything for about 25 minutes.
Yeah, I remember my first time at the New York
oh, that's a huge
Sterling
one.
Forest Ren Fair.
Yeah.
And the parking lot was bigger than the fair, by far.
Yeah.
By a lot. A whole bunch.
Yeah.
Great time. Certainly had a point. I think Ren Fairs have. I'd love to see a Venn diagram of artists that have been, they become part of a Ren Fair because they went to a Ren Fair.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, and I think Ren Fairs, too, are like LARPs. There's something special about the small ones, and there's also something magical about the big ones. They both have their merits.
Or Ren Fairs are
LARPs. You're LARPers.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of like niche communities out there are just LARPing.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Rockabillys.
I think we play this game in car rides a lot. Is you might be a LARPer.
You might be a LARPer. Yeah.
Just gotta say it in a different tone so we don't get copyright struck. But based off of a very classic comedy bit, 'cause there's a lot of it. There's a lot that can technically be classified as LARPing.
Quite true. So might as well just come out and play with us too, because you're already playing a game.
Yeah. If you've been to medieval times once, congratulations. You're now a LARPer. You have to legally come play our game.
A little bit. And if you're driving around in a souped-up car and you think that you're in the Fast and Furious movies,
you're a LARPer.
You LARPing. So, jumping back into the Alliance experience, the Atlanta game wrapped up its first major plot arc, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about that, and I think that'll segue into our death conversation.
Yeah. Shout out to the Atlanta plot team. They just completed the 3-year story arc which was really cool to get to be there start to finish as a player for that arc. It's not very often I get to do that as a traveler. Experience an entire arc from start to finish and start putting pieces together like something we learned year 1, we're putting it onto year 3. It's a really cool experience when you get to walk through all of that. That entire plot team stuck it out for 3 whole years. You guys did a great job. You're free. Run. And they're turning it over to a brand new plot team next in the October, I think, when their opener is, and that's going to be fun to see too, because then you have a completely different game experience because people have different ways of writing.
Yeah, that's October 3rd.
Yeah, October 3rd. That it was a great time. I went through that entire arc as the same character, and as the arc died, so did I. I chose to retire my character with the arc as basically a sacrifice to keep something big and evil locked away, which was also a very unique experience because over those 3 years, I have made some really close friends. Relationships have formed between characters. There's history there, and I got to step into those friendships and then leave those friendships in game while maintaining them out of game, which I think this is the first time I've ever retired a character of my own free will. And it is definitely something special to kind of create your own story along with the story that you're interacting with, more than just the choices that you make every time you play the game. Ending with that arc was a new experience for me and very special. There was a lot of tears, a lot of cheers. It was a good time. It was a very good time. I was not the only one either. There was another PC who, with me, did the same exact thing. And now we are bonded forever in death. It's a great time. Yeah, everybody cried. There was a lot of tears. I was very surprised. But it was a really good reminder for me that the choices that you make as a player do impact people. And, you know, even though I'm still going to be friends with everybody, I'm still going to play with the same people as a new character. You know, it's that ending of an arc that I got to kind of experience real time with the ending of that story in complete fullness. And everybody's going to get to see all my magic items running around because I gave them away like confetti.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool way to go out is on your own terms. Particularly when, you know, we're all playing Make Pretend, and if you are the author of your story, why would you die to a bush or because somebody was 3 seconds too late to a meaningless, you know, side module?
Yeah, I mean, that can be cool for some people too, right? Dying in a glorious battle, never to rise again.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people get a better closure when they can retire of their own free will. You just have more control. Yeah. You know?
A lot of, and I think a lot of that is control is the perfect word for it. And that's why I would think a lot of LARPers come for that feeling of empowerment, which boils down to essentially control.
Yeah.
So I've always, when, you know, producing my games and writing my narratives, I've always really loved when players jumped at that opportunity voluntarily, and I've always really regretted it when it wasn't voluntary. Yeah. So to see the Alliance make the move that it has, to where, and like we discussed before, just in the games that I've witnessed, it seems like the death rate in the Alliance has ticked up, you know, on the uptrend.
I think there were 14 resurrections at the Atlanta closer, which is way higher than average.
Yeah, and I think it's good. I think it serves the mechanics of the game. I know that one of the problems of the game is you know, level bloat, and this really isn't a fix for that because it's not going to happen fast enough. Like we're not culling the levels as fast as we are gaining them.
Yeah.
And you know how you described you going out is another issue why it's not really going to work because you handed off all your stuff.
I did.
So,
and that was cathartic, I will say. That was extremely cathartic.
Yeah, but now all that treasure is still in game when it could have gone out with you. And that's just
That's
that's
true.
like a aggregate game balance thing of like we could have had this many points of stuff removed and now it's still there. So
that's true. I didn't think about it on a gameplay perspective like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, the dying is important. The quote threat of death is it's very subjective, and you know it's a hard line to draw, especially when you're doing big games.
Yeah, and I'm very much a person who likes to rotate through characters. That's why I have so many alts that I travel with, play in different areas. I'm also very much one that has a binder of like 100 different D&D characters that I would love to just cycle through, and I don't have hurt feelings when they inevitably, roll 3 nat 1s in a row. I can get, like, even though I knew, like, way ahead of time that I was going to be retiring my character, there was still that, like, emotional hesitance when it came down to, like, actually saying, yes, I am retiring, she's no longer going to be in the system, I'm not coming back. So, like, I can definitely see where people have that, like, fear of their character ending. But I also, maybe I'm just a little bit crazy, but I chase after, Connor too, I chase after those deaths, because I feel like each time it's an opportunity for me to grow the character, and make different decisions going forward. And I'm never afraid of never coming back as that character, because that just means I have extra XP to spend on a new idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for those creative types, I think that there's much less of a hit with those that have a lot of creative juices, I guess you could say. It is, and that's why I think it's subjective, right? So, and I always go to the example of the kid that was drawing the same character in their notebook throughout elementary school that always wants to play that dwarf. Can't see themselves playing anything but that dwarf.
Yeah.
As long as the game system is flexible enough to let that person, and it is now, still play their character concept because they want their story to end, to not end. I'm totally down with that, and that's really what I like, and that's one of the things that Drakenfest also links up with Alliance, to where the decision was made of like, okay, the fictitious. So here's what happens. Like there's always, and someone in the chat made the point, and I don't disagree, that stakes are what Jason. The stakes are what make it, and the threat of death is what, the fictitious threat and threat of death, threat and threat. Jeez. So the stakes and threat of death is what drives a lot of the action. In LARP, right? So what in the past we saw happening in the Alliance was the runners would work so hard to remove the actual threat while trying to imitate it, right? So there was always a throttle, there was always a safety, there was always a we're going to play C level instead of A or B level. Everything was set incredibly easy and rolled over and over again, because the loss of that character, and anybody who ran a chapter for more than 2 or 3 years would always, like it being the longest running owner of the Alliance, anybody who's around for more than one symposium cycle will come back to me the next symposium and go, you're kind of right. And what I say is like, it will suck when you kill a player, they get pissed about it and leave your game because they lost their story. Now, you guys brought up the last life thing. Cool. And the last life thing is, it's really cool when done well. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But it does run that risk of, unless you pre-plan it, you still have the risk of it being a cheap, quote-unquote, cheap death. So yeah, it is really cool that, you know, we're starting to get a little away from hesitating on pulling that death trigger so much.
Yeah.
And I really think one of the ways of helping that is incorporating more plot lines that have to do with dying as an entry point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the plot takes place in the land of death or whatever. To make it more of a, like you said, a role play challenge or reward, other than a clipping, like a
Yeah, it's not just like it's not a full stop, it's an ellipses.
Yeah.
When you can have the control and work with the plot team to retire your character because maybe this is your last life and you want to go out in a bang but a certain way, or you have an idea of what, you know, your character would have done down the line, or even just like, nope, this is the event that I will not return from. I know this. That adds the little like story flair of it not just being the end of the story, but that like ... and then they lived on in legend.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, and there's so many cool ways in the Alliance right now to essentially get rid of your character.
Just crumble them up and toss them in the wastebasket.
But yeah, I'm happy to see that the death rate is raising.
That sounds morbid. We're like, yeah, kill your players.
But like, you guys are right. Without the stakes and without seeing somebody get it,
mm-hmm.
you know, then those stakes. If you don't see somebody die or pay for something,
mm-hmm.
then that risk becomes less and less and less and less and less and less and less. And you don't want, and maybe some of you have had this experience, you don't want to go to a game where the stakes are so low that when the tavern is attacked, the characters don't even have to get up out of their chairs to fight what's coming through the door.
Nah.
Yeah. So, again, you know, there's a whole bunch of right ways to do LARP and a whole bunch of wrong ways to do LARP. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we are advocates for this art form. And anybody that's done this long enough on the definitely on the producer side of things, you know that you're not going to get it right forever, and
no.
Things go wrong. So, yeah, it's been a really rewarding year of LARP so far. I'm hearing a lot of good things. I cannot wait to get out to the opener, not the opener, the national
event, opener,
the
national.
So every 2 years, the Alliance has a national game.
Mm-hmm.
The last one was at Crossroads. We're actually producing the episode of it right now.
Yep.
I think once that episode goes live, we'll use one of these live streams to tell the backstory
of why we had to run a national.
Of how the national came to Crossroads.
Yeah.
But we're going to wait until that episode is out. What we're showing you right now is some of the wonderful air footage of the castle that the next national will be held in Minnesota on
August 29th to September 1st.
That's
it is
right.
A long weekend of full LARP.
3 days.
3 days over Labor Day. At this humongous, gorgeous, really nice site. The plot team that has been put together is killer in more ways than one. Speaking of Minnesota's death counts.
Yeah, for real.
But they are going to put on an amazing story. I am the assistant general manager of the national event, so I've been helping with a lot of the back end stuff. It's just getting busier as we go.
Mm.
So the things that the staff is doing are super exciting. I'm actually going to get to play a national event for the first time in my 11 years of LARPing. I know, rookie numbers. It's cool. And I'm super excited. So that also means I will be PC side for any needs you guys have. I'll have a big red flag on my back to come just like kick me to complain, I guess.
Look at all those wonderful LARPers.
Look at all those nerds. Yeah. Tab's bringing the lighting rig.
Yeah.
So we're going to light up those castle walls that you see there.
Oh, well, yeah, I'll get back to it.
The
We'll show
castle.
it off somewhere.
Light up the walls.
So yeah, the plan is I will be lighting the interior of the courtyard as well as some hopefully specialty lights on the outside. Because that, as you're seeing right there, those external lights are the only lights that are really there at night.
Yeah, and they're not super bright when it's real dark out.
Yeah. Now, I will say it is safe to fight in that lighting.
Yes, it is.
It's garbage to film in, though.
Yeah.
And the castle really doesn't pop at night because there's not any lighting. I mean, it's still cool, but I think with some specialty lighting and throwing some shadows at night will really make the place pop. And I am so excited and proud to see that owner group go from being brand new to not sure to having everybody's support of going like, nah, you guys can do this.
Yeah.
You guys get it. There's some damn good LARPers up there, and I have a great time every time I go to the castle. So I hope to see you guys there.
Yeah, pre-registration is open, by the way. And hopefully next time we'll have fundraiser information, too, when that gets, when I have all the links and stuff for that. It's live. I just don't have the links, I don't think.
Yeah, we got a couple months. We'll do it in the next live stream. We'll plug their fundraiser and everything.
Yeah.
But check out their website, alliancelarp.com. It is a great time. Again, great people.
Yep.
They have a great kitchen, great amenities. They have a external NPC camp that they're utilizing, a whole bunch of other buildings, and I cannot wait to go there.
I'm so excited.
And there's also a symposium that me and India will be spending a whole week talking about the rules of the Alliance with the rest of the owners of the Alliance that we're very much looking forward to.
We are going to get to live in a castle for a week.
But I am looking forward to being in Minnesota, and I am also looking forward to... So one of the things that we really put a lot of work into, speaking of the Crossroads National, was doing the best we could to set up the site. And a lot of that had to do with, frankly, just landscaping.
Yeah.
But to have a site that pretty, already pre-set up, to where we just have to show up and set up the best possible LARP, I would love, and owners, listen up, I would love if we didn't just disperse after the symposium meeting. I think it would be amazing if we could coordinate and just try to build up the site during the week. You know, maybe have whatever the plot team comes up for that they need, like 120 of this thing that is really easy to put together. Like, I just, every time I'm at this symposium, I always see it as like a lost opportunity because there's so many other things that we could do, and I know it's impossible for us to do them all, and there's such a opportunity when you get that many LARP runners together to learn and develop, and I really, and there's not really a representative of this in the current owner base that I can speak of, but in the past I've had negative encounters, and I think that the ownership that was there at the symposium would agree with me, of folks that did not have enough time producing the live event that is a LARP event. They had a lot of game theory, and so much of it is so easily shattered by just practical experience of like, how are you going to move people that much? Or what you're talking about is actually calling a hold every 5 seconds for a half hour. It's not going to work. It's cool on paper, but it's not going to work. So much of our conversations were just like humoring people and just watching them waste time when we had such more important things to talk about. And like, just the amount of things that the Alliance is able to get done in that time is amazing, considering the amount of time that's wasted. So I'm very excited about this year's group because thus far, I'm not hearing as many warning bells in the conversations of just like things that are just like you don't have enough world under your brain to know how stupid that statement was. And again, I'm not going to call anybody out, but like something along the lines of like everybody having a different armband for whatever ailment ails them, and a color coding system for dietary constrictions, autism, panic attacks. It just is overcomplicated thing that is just impractical, based on how many people we have turning over, and a lot of other reasons. Besides, I tend to hesitate when people make lists of people. It gets weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, so we got the Newport Ren Fair in.
Yep.
I'm hoping to show up. I'm hoping to show up that Sunday dressed as a goblin and hopefully say hey.
I'll be heckling people.
Yeah, that it should be very, very fun. I got a bunch of friends there, and the guys at the Newport Ren Fair are the good type of people, and they deserve all the success that's coming to them. I very much look forward to seeing their growth. I think you guys are awesome for hanging out with us and chatting. I really like where LARP is going. I think that in the next couple of years, particularly when things get challenging in the real world, strangely enough, small ticket luxury items and experiences go up. So what I'm thinking is that right now there's a lot of people who are going, man, we can't make it to Disney this year, but we can play like 4 LARP games with our kids. That math is undeniable. Even the biggest, most expensive games out there, your bang for buck for entertainment value is unbeatable. Mm-hmm. Unbeatable. And it's, I'm hoping that it's a secret that the guys in suits don't actually get a hold of. You can see them trying it in Disney with their Star Cruiser experience and things like that. Like you could see the corporates trying LARP in different ways. Your escape rooms and things like that, and they're like taking little slices of LARP, but they don't have the community aspect, and that's what they're missing. And as long as we can keep that away from them,
I don't see how a corporation can duplicate the community aspect of it.
Yeah, for real. And again, the economics are undeniable of it being a cheap, good time. Like we have families that show up and play with their kids because we have special dispensations for those under 18. If you have a parent or guardian, you can be something called a page in our game, which is a less combat involved type of thing.
Oh yeah, and NPCing is free in most LARPs.
Exactly. So you can go out, be social. I mean, I've never really been like a barfly, but I used to go out quite a bit more in my past, and even then, just going out was like $60-$70 by the end of the night, and
now you're looking at like 100, 150.
Yeah, and that's like meal and a couple drinks or a movie and a couple drinks.
Yeah. So,
just looking at the math of it, I think that we are more survivable than a lot of other organizations. I think we're going to grow. Not only Crossroads, but LARP in general. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited to see where it goes. And I'm excited to take you guys there, and for some of you to take me along with y'all. Because I'm a itty-bitty channel. I'm very looking forward to this year at Drakenfest to try to link up with some of the other content creators out there. Because I'm very bad at making that first contact. I'm not a good schmoozer.
Yeah. That's okay. We're nerds.
Yeah. I'm very awkward in person. But that being said, we want to thank you guys for helping us out. And if you want to help us out more, there's a couple different ways that you can do it. We're going to check out our Patreon page right here. If you want to get some Crossroads merch and all this other cool stuff. We got stickers. We got goblin stamps.
We got mugs.
Mugs, hoodies. So you got this mug right here.
Well, that one's from our merch store.
Oh, that's the merch store mug. Oops.
Yeah,
this is the mug. Is this the mug?
This is also from our merch store, but it's similar to that.
Oh, that's the other mug. This.
Yeah, it looks like that.
It's the broken one.
Oh,
Did you know that if you drop these on the floor, they'll break?
they're like ceramic or something.
It's custom. So yeah, I will say thank you to all of our patrons. Guys, you are what is keeping this project alive. Your contribution is our tech and travel budget. So that's where those lights are coming from, guys. And every time you see me drive into a place, you're filling up my gas tank because I don't make enough money to do it by myself. So with your contributions to this, you're getting the word out there for LARP, and I really like what we're doing now that we're bouncing around to so many different games that we're actually featuring our game less.
Yeah, we are.
We cut a couple episodes from Crossroads, and I didn't shoot an episode last year at one of the games at all.
Yeah.
Because we are already so behind in production. So we're really excited about getting the ball rolling on that and getting those videos back out to you. Guys, use them. So bring them to your local, use them as a resource. A lot of people have a hard time conceptualizing what LARP is until you show them. And this is the best way that we figured out how to do it. And it's working.
Yeah. I showed my brand new coworker one of the videos and almost convinced him to go LARPing the next day. If it wasn't the next day, I probably could have gotten him to go. But it was Friday before the Crossroads March game, and it was a little tight turnaround, but I was close.
Yeah.
Check out the Patreon, share the videos, go check out a new LARP that's near you. I saw a couple people saying, "Oh, Apotheosis is so close." Yeah, go check out their game. If not now, next time that they have one, start planning for it. Get a group of your friends together. Go NPC is a great time to always check out a new game. Is to NPC, get to meet the people. You get to learn the rules. It's usually cheaper.
Yeah, me and Lawrence will be NPCing the Apotheosis game this coming weekend, and come out, have a blast with us. I'll strap a camera to your head, and we'll have a good time. I think that is everything on my list.
Yeah, pre-register for Crossroads, our game at the end of May. Pre-register for Nationals if you're going to go. Throw some money at the National when we have their fundraiser information. If you want to edit for us, just send me a message. The email is in the chat thread, alliancexryt@gmail.com.
It's not really that hard, guys. It is.
It's just time-consuming when there's only two of us.
It's time-consuming. Mostly it is looking for cool moments, cutting out the
standing around.
Yeah, the standing.
The NPCs waiting for players to show up for 30 minutes.
It's the stuff that you don't remember about the event, which is, standing around and waiting.
Yeah.
And that happens at every LARP.
It does. It happens everywhere.
No matter the LARP.
Yeah.
It's really the amount of that you can cut out of your experience. But, Connor, I can't wait to see you out there, bud. We got a bunch of people coming up to Dragonfest. It's going to be cool.
Yeah. If you want in that Discord, let me know.
Check out that Discord. If you want to try, we're doing carpooling.
I can post a link. It just may expire in a few days, so if we need another one, just send me a message, but I will post a link in the chat.
Again, there is one heck of a package. There is one heck of a package to be a referee at Drakenfest. Check it out, right? They feed you the entire week, 3 squares a day, which at a festival is a big expense. You're there for free. You have an 8-hour shift a day that is scheduled, right? And the rest of the time is yours. So, super cool. The training is badass. You will come away with a very, very good experience on not only LARPing, but event coordination.
People management.
There's so many parts to this that you don't really see until it scales up.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm very much looking forward to it scaling up. I would love to see Drakenfest break 1,000 people this year. I would love to see the National break 200 people this year. And I would love...
planning on it.
Yeah, I would love to see Crossroads not break 100 people. I don't want to.
No, I don't want that many people. Our parking lot won't fit that many people.
We need a new building first.
Yep.
But we're happy with whoever ends up showing up to our little neck of the woods up here in Crossroads or down here in Crossroads, depending where you are in our wonderful United States and in Canada. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Oh, also, super cool thing about being a ref and in general a staff member of Drakenfest.
Yeah.
Discounts. Yeah, I can't tell you, but like vendor discounts,
Ooh, I love a good coupon.
coupons.
Coupons.
Coupons. So it's certainly worth it. I'm going to buy some stuff. There's some stuff that I wish I had not purchased about 6 months ago.
To save for Dragon Fest spending.
But I'm having a great time getting to know the folks on the back end of Dragon Fest and seeing what they developed, where they're going, and I am in awe and very happy to be part of this team, that team, and this team,
yeah,
and your team.
Lots of teams.
All right, we got anything else on our list to do?
Nope.
All right, folks. Well, I think we've covered everything that we need to cover. We had a great time saying hey to you all. We are still in the process of resetting up the studio and everything. We got a lot of stuff going on. But before we go, I wanted to give a little gift to our wonderful boss lady here.
I'm going to be carrying this around with me everywhere.
So somebody found this. Angel found this and, immediately thought of you. So we wanted to give that to you. And thanks
Heads up, Minnesota, I'm bringing this to the Nationals.
Thank you so much for all of your contributions to not only this project, but everything else that we've been working for for a couple of years now, kid.
You've been stuck with me for a while now.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you're not going nowhere, and neither am I. So, guys, we'll see you on the next one. I think our next video should be out before.
Hopefully before, if not the day after the Crossroads game. Depends on how my to-do list looks.
So, we're going to get working on that video right away for you guys. I hope you have a good time checking out the videos that we have on the channel right now. They are great. They are some good LARPers, and I can't wait to come check out your LARP. If you want me to shoot your LARP and give you a little cool video that you can put on your website, link to your website so you can have a representation of your game, let us know. We'll put you on our schedule. Our calendar is filling up, but there are still a couple of weekends out there that I might be able to get out to you. So let me know, and until next time, we'll see you out there. And remember, the next best thing about LARP could be you. See you guys next time. Bye! I have to hit the button now.
The correct buttons.
Oh my goodness. Oh. All right. Bye.
Over. Nice.
Hour and 15.
Woo.
Good to end?